how do I get over my extreme shyness and not come across as a creeper? I'm never sure if they're interested or not.
If they deny your advances, then kill them.
Wow. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Maggie Robertson, voice actor of Lady D. And so we decided that we were going to solicit, if you will, our listeners, because a lot of them, as you said, quote unquote, like Lady D.
Yeah, and that's a term for
it. You know, we're trying to be very above the board here. We're usually
they're thirsty. You can say it. They're thirsty.
Okay, we got a thirsty listener base. Okay,
yeah.
All right, and they would love some dating advice from Lady D. So Chad, you asked our listeners for those questions, and they would love to ask Lady D some dating advice.
Yeah, and let me just say, I had to vet these questions beforehand, and there was a lot that I could not put on the show. I will say that much.
A lot.
There was a lot. But there was some really good questions as well. So I'll start with the first one, and it says, hello, Lady D. I've had feelings for someone for years, but I don't think she feels the same way. I fear hanging on to a hopeless situation is preventing me from fun experiences I could have, like dating tall vampiric ladies with excellent hats. How do I let her go? This is from @Batwoman_NYC via Twitter.
I feel like I know this username. I think Batwoman NYC has attended some of my live streams already. Don't think I don't see you. I remember you. Yes, and thank you for acknowledging my excellent hat. It's my favorite part of her costume. Lady D. Okay, Lady D. All of these answers are going to be incredibly violent because this is Lady D. So
we expect nothing less. Yes.
Okay, good. Slice them to ribbons. And then you'll really be able to let them go. Or, you know, if murder's not on the menu, I suppose you could hole up in a magical Romanian castle to get some much needed space while you detangle this relationship.
All right. Next question, Chad.
All right. Next question actually comes from one of a longtime listener, Omega Welltall via Twitter. It says, okay, how do I get over my extreme shyness and not come across as a creeper? I'm never sure if they're interested or not.
If they deny your advances, then kill them.
Wow.
Or I suppose you can learn to let go and even love rejection because it means they're not the one. And you can then move on and stop wasting your valuable time and energy on people who you're not meant to be with. Because the people you are meant to be with will respond to your advances in kind, but you won't know until you try.
We here at Checkpoint XP would like to ask you to please do the second one.
Yes, we do not condone murder.
No.
Lady D does.
Lady D does, but we here at Checkpoint do not.
This next one is actually a very beautiful question, and I think Callie would
appreciate
attest to this
one.
Yes. This one comes from Selena via TikTok, and it says, I identify as a trans girl, and what do I do to come out of my shell for finding new people to be the one?
Aww.
I love you, Selena. First of all, okay. First of all are welcome in House Dimitrescu. So you can start by coming over to the castle for girls' night. We'll get you all dressed up, feeling confident. I can't guarantee we won't eat you before the night is over, but our door is always open. Or if you prefer to not risk consumption, you can fall back on your friends to make you feel beautiful and sexy and confident, because I guarantee they already think you are. And remember, even a 9'6" vampire found love and family and belonging, and you can too.
Oh,
That's the most beautiful thing I think I've ever heard. That came from a 9'6" vampiric woman.
As a trans woman myself, that was everything I ever needed to hear. My heart hurts and I'm actually crying.
Oh my God.
Oh, all right. And then we'll do our last question here.
Last one.
This comes from Vanna via TikTok. How do I build my confidence in asking someone out? I'm in my early teens and really want to be confident when approaching someone I like.
Okay. What you're going to do is get yourself a long white dress and then a fabulous black hat, perhaps a long cigarette holder. You put those on and you will have the confidence you need to do anything. Essentially, armor yourself with a fabulous outfit that makes you feel like a powerful 9'6" vampire who can do anything.
This is so awesome. Thank you so much. We have been joined by Maggie Robertson, voice of Lady D from Resident Evil Village. If there's anything that you're doing right now, Maggie, or working on that maybe you can give us a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge about, what are you working on? And also, where can we find you on social media?
Yes. Well, you can find me on social media at Maggie the Bard on both Twitter and Instagram. And apologies in advance because I am an old little grandma who doesn't understand technology. So we're all just going to learn social media together. So that's that. I don't have any projects that I can talk about just yet.
Okay. Keep tuned to your social media just in case, right?
Keep tuned to that social media just in case. But mostly what I'm working on now is we're doing the Streamly signings with some of the Resident Evil cast. I've got my individual prints up on my shop that I'll do live signings for. And then I'm also doing a trio print with my fabulous daughters, a House Dimitrescu trio. So me, Becca Pruitt, Nicole Tompkins, and then we're going to do a nice little doodle to commemorate Jeanette on those prints as well. And you can find all of those on our Streamly shops at streamly.com/Maggie Robertson or streamly.com/Resident Evil.
Awesome. And now we're actually going to have Nicole Tompkins on next week as well.
Week,
so
yeah.
I'm very excited.
Oh, good. I love her. She's a little goober. Tell her.
I'll let her know you said that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Maggie. And you're welcome back on the show at any time.
You guys were a delight. Thank you so much for having me on. It was such a pleasure talking to you. I had fun. Hope you did too.
We did.
Well, that's going to be it for this episode of Checkpoint Daily. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow where we're going to have more E3 and Summer Games Fest news. For Chad Callahan, Callie Scales, I am your host, Norris Howard. And I hope you guys use most of this advice.
Yeah.
Use it responsibly.
Please use responsibly.